Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is from Greene King. It's this one. It is Old Midnight Hen, and Old Midnight Hen is described as a delicious English stout, and it weighs in at 4.2% ABV. On the neck label it says dark and complex, bursting with flavour. It tells us that it was crafted with oats for a smooth finish. And that Moreland, well, Greene King, let's be honest, have been creating beers of distinction. This is on the back that Old Midnight Hen is rich and complex with plenty of body. This classic stout is packed full of flavour with hints of chocolate and coffee. The hops bring a touch of bitterness while the oats give this stout a silky smooth finish. And yeah, it's been out a little while. I've not picked it up for one reason or another, mostly because Tesco's don't carry it, and that's where I do most of my shopping. But I was in Asda or Morrison's, one of the two. Could have been Sainsbury's, I can't remember. Probably Sainsbury's, actually. Anyway, and it says, yeah, it was there, so I picked it up to give it a try. Now, I am going to hold it to the fact that it says it's delicious, and the fact that it says it has plenty of body. I like my stouts with plenty of body, but at 4.2%, I'm a little bit sceptical, but we shall see. We shall see. So without further ado, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. We're going to pour it into my favourite glass for stouts, which is my Titanic goblet. And the pour is pretty thin on the pour, but nevertheless, that'll do. And before the DGM get me, because there's too many bubbles for my liking, there's a handful. We have a jet black stout, to be fair. Yes, there is just a tiniest hint of mahogany coming through at the very fringes at the bottom of the glass where there is nucleation points. So yeah, nice colour, nice, relatively tight tan head, looks alright. Pour's a bit thin, but the roll is a little bit more promising. So, let's have a whiff. Okay, good aroma. Good roasted malts, coffee, and a milky to dark chocolate. Good strength overall, little hint of vanilla sweetness behind it. I like what I smell, in fairness, I do. So yeah, it looks good, it smells good, hopefully it tastes good too. Cheers. I said I'm going to hold on to the body thing, and I am. I'll tell you in a minute. The body is pleasantly surprising. There is more than I thought. It's got good carbonation. The overall mouthfeel is nice. It's dry. I like that. I like a dry stout. And the flavour is really quite good as well. It's not complex in any way, shape or form. It is a regular roasted malted stout. Because, hey, which stouts aren't? But it does have a good coffee presence, and it does have a nice sweetness behind it all. I consider myself surprised in a good way. I talk of a nice bitterness from the hops. Yes, there is a bitterness there. But I'm remarkably surprised at how well balanced it is. You have got a good bitterness from the hops up front, and it fades into that chocolatey, vanilla-y sweetness. You've got a lovely coffee profile. It's not burnt and bitter. It's a very mild coffee, and it just works. It does. And the finish is roasted and malty, and again, quite dry. Overall, that's not a bad stout at all. I am actually quite impressed. Yeah, I am. I'll be honest. Right. Scoreboard of joy time. It's currently empty, like so. Let's give it some points. Let's get the red pen of judgment at the ready. And get the bottle and revisit the pour. Which, as you saw at the beginning, it pours a little thin, but in the glass, it looks the part, doesn't it? Dark, roasted, nice tanned head. There is nothing to dislike about the visuals of this beer. So I'm going to give it what it deserves, a full point. The aroma was the first thing that really surprised me at how good it was. Excuse me, dinner's repeating. Lovely roast chicken, by the way. I cooked it myself. Anyway, the aroma, beautiful. Coffee, chocolate, roasted malt. It's balanced on the nose, good strength to it. I'm impressed, giving it a point. The body, as I said, I was going to judge it on it. It says it has plenty, and at 4.2%, it does. It has enough. It's good. It's good. There's no taking away from it. I can't find a reason to give it anything less. And if I do, I'm being hypercritical and, I'm taking it out of context. It's a 4.2% beer that's mass produced. It's never going to be thick like engine oil. It's where it should be, and that's how I judge it. And the flavour, I really, really am impressed at how well balanced it is. A good balance of sweetness, bitterness, roasted malts, mild coffee, a milky sweet chocolate. Yeah, that's really well done. It is really well done. Plenty of flavour, giving it a point. And the finish, dry, bitter, sweet, balanced. It's a bit of everything. It's like the flavour just lighter. And yeah, I can't give it anything less than the full point. I like everything about it. Ticks all the boxes. So, Greene King's Old Midnight Hen does have a full 5 out of 5. So it's bonus points time. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would. And I will, because I'm going to run it in a head-to-head against one of my other favourite stouts of traditional varieties. Value for money. I can't remember what I paid for it, but Sainsbury's, you always pay a little bit more in Sainsbury's for nothing more than you get anywhere else. But yeah, it's still sub £2.50, I think it was. And for a bottle of beer at that price that tastes this good, it's money well spent. Value for money, yes. So the bonus point is the one thing I kind of have an issue with. I cannot say it's the best bottled stout I've had this year, new or old. So I'm going to say no on that front, but I will run it in a blind taste test against one of my others later on in the year. Maybe towards Christmas, I don't know. I'll have to get some and figure it out. But anyway, Greene King's Old Midnight Hen, 5 out of 5, with 2 bonus points for good measure. So yeah, there we go. A very tasty beer at a very sensible price. I am impressed. Very impressed. And yeah, if you've not tried it, I do recommend you do. I wish I didn't wait quite so long, because I think this is a tasty beer. And we'll leave it there and say, that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination numbers you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.